everybody, it's Steve Cook with Premier Guitar and PremierGuitar.com. Today we are talking about the Taurus Abigar Mk-2 overdrive pedal for bass. It is a cool little pedal, as you can see. And you know, what I really like about this pedal just right out of the gate is that I'm looking at it, very easy layout. I love the cool kind of vintage thing that's happening. But I see EQ controls, and that is so important for overdrive for bass because, as we know, the bass drops out as soon as you kick that overdrive on. But they have sort of fixed that with a great EQ section, which we'll talk about shortly. So this pedal is very easy to navigate. Very simple layout here. This is true bypass on off. We've got level control. We've got the character control, which this goes from a vintage to a more modern, and the top of the piece was the modern setting. And then gain, which controls the amount of overdrive. And then down here are your EQ settings. So, and then very easy in out. And this is also 9 to 12 volt if you want to use on top, which gives you 33% more headroom if you want to go 12 volt on top, which can help you as well. So let's talk about the sound of this pedal, which you heard the kind of more aggressive setting at the top. But I'm going to roll everything back, and we're going to go for just basically helping your amp and helping your system to have just a nice vintage, like a tube kind of a driven thing going on. So you heard the top part. So now let's go. So the character right now is on the vintage setting, and which means all the way to the left. I've got the overdrive gain just sort of halfway. I've got the EQs leveled off. So really not doing a whole lot, but we're going to kind of walk through on what this can do in different settings. So there's a little bit of drive on it, just a little bit of bite. Now let's roll that all the way up just for contrast. And you hear that's got a nice little bite to it, but we're going to go ahead and get nastier with it. Let's roll up some treble for you high-end aficionados. But Steve, the bass dropped out. Okay, we can fix that. Let's go ahead and roll some of this bass in, and then all of a sudden, I'm just going to go ahead and dime it. Why not? We're here. And now your bass is back, and now you've got a full frequency response, and it's not just a little high-end thing, it's not just a low-end thing, but you can go anywhere in between. So let's go ahead and roll this back to even, and then we're going to go for the more modern setting. So let's go ahead and get that all the way modern. And it's dirty, it's nasty, it's everything we want. But as you can tell, the bass has dropped out a little bit. Now, if you're going for that, then that's fine. But let's go ahead and add a little bit of low end. And it gets really punchy. It gets a lot of aggression on there, which is really cool. And then we'll go ahead and roll this up a little bit too. Now you're thinking, okay, that sounds great, which it does. So let's go ahead and roll some of this gain off and just kind of hear what this sounds like. And it's going to take on a whole new voice. So it does give it some modern bite. So if you don't need the full hardcore ridiculous overdrive, then you can just ease it back. And again, we can go back a little bit more, and it's really nice. So why am I doing all this? Well, good question, because what you can do with this pedal is you can take your existing amp, let's say you don't have any overdrive or any effects, and you can take an amp that maybe doesn't sound that great and warm it up and or move it into a different direction. So you've got some flexibility here with the EQ control. You've got an overdrive section. You have the ability to take it sort of warm and vintage or modern or anywhere in between. So let's say you have a little amp that you like. Maybe it's extremely portable, but it doesn't maybe sound that great for you. Then use this. You don't necessarily have to gain this thing up. So you've got some flexibility here. So you have not only EQ control, where you can move your bass into a different direction, but you have overdrive control. So you sort of get the best of all the worlds. So because this is a Polish-made pedal, I don't know of the distribution and availability in the US. So if you have a chance to get your hands on one and check it out for yourself, please do. If you do not, then go to our website, premierguitar.com. Check out the written review. There are sound samples there. And while you're online, go to YouTube and subscribe to our YouTube channel, where you can see more review demos like this, as well as rig rundowns, and all kinds of other guitar and bass stuff. For Premier Guitar, this is Steve Cook. We'll see you soon.
Don't forget to sign up for PG Perks, your all-access pass to exclusive gear giveaways and discounts on PremierGuitar.com.